I've been lifting every week of my life since 2005. Here it is, 2018, so 13 years of not taking 1 week off from getting under the barbell. It's starting to really take its toll. Jen and I are 16 weeks out from the Muscle Mayhem show, June 9th in Kansas City. It's a NPC/IFBB show. IFBB means professional, and we're not in the IFBB, but we are amateurs in the NPC. It's kind of a hybrid show, so there's pros and amateurs there all in one, which makes it a cool show to prepare for, because you'll get to see some of the professionals there, and that's what you're striving to do in the NPC. A week after that is a national show in Chicago. It's called the NPC Junior Nationals, and that's in our sights as well. So we would be doing 2 shows within 7 days of each other. The Kansas City one would kind of be a warm-up for the national show in Chicago, NPC Junior Nationals. And so if we just use that as a warm-up, you have to qualify for national shows, but we qualified last year at the Missouri State pretty easily. So the Kansas City show doesn't really have a big purpose other than just a warm-up. And we started prep 3 weeks ago. It's going well. I'm down like 6 pounds. She's down about 4 pounds, 5 pounds. So she's losing just as much as I am, if not at a higher rate than I am. And this prep started out well. We have been training pretty heavy this off season. It could have went better. It didn't go bad though. It was I wouldn't say it was one of my worst off seasons or my best. It was pretty consistent. Just I'm dealing with a lot of new pains, nagging injuries. I don't even know if I'd call them injuries. They're just pains. Getting older. I'm not saying I'm old, but I've been lifting every week of my life since 2005, and here it is, 2018. So 13 years of not taking 1 week off from getting under the barbell. It's starting to really take its toll on me. My forearm tendons would not allow me to lift the way I wanted to, especially right after we got done with the show. I changed my diet, kind of got more relaxed, introduced more gluten and breads and more junk food, and I think that was one reason why the pain started coming pretty harsh, started coming at me. So those tendons in my forearms, they got in the way of me doing back the way I wanted to, because we got this new workout and program. As soon as we finished the show, we got this new program and workout that we started, and it was really high volume, intense stuff, and we did it for a few weeks, and it was going pretty well. And then all of a sudden, all the pain started hitting me pretty quickly. I had to switch. We couldn't do the intense volume workouts that we were doing with bunches of drop sets and Dorian sets and bunch of just intense stuff. I had to really lower the volume. I never quit lifting. I never would. I worked around it, lowered my volume, took off of biceps for a while. I didn't do biceps for like a month or 2 this year, just because my forearms were hurting that bad. And I worked around it, and now they're starting to feel not 100%, but close enough. They're where I can train hard. And so now that prep's here, the intensity's really picked up again, and I'm slowly working back up to what I need to be. I strongly think I've lifted so smart this year, smarter, not harder, that I can bring a better package. I better be able to if I'm going to go to nationals. And I've kept Jen. She's kept herself motivated, and she's trained all year with me. So there's no doubt she'll be better this year, because she's still a young pup in the game. And she's just got nowhere to go but up. And she's going to really, if she puts her mind to it, she can really do some damage. And you saw last year, she's got great shape. That's her best her best asset to this sport is she's got the shape now, and she's got the look, she's got the beauty to go a long way. I'm kind of jealous in that regard. She's amazing if she just puts her mind to it. And I have to kind of kick her rear end into gear, but I'm right there with her all the time to try to remind her where she's at and where she needs to be and the attitude she needs to have. And we're a good team. Her and I are a very good team. So that's where we're at. I'm 13 or 16 weeks out from the Kansas City warm-up show, and then we have our sights on the Chicago show. So barring finances, hopefully we can do this show. And if the best thing that can happen at nationals is you win your class, and if you win your class, you get your pro card. If you get your pro card, you're a professional, and if you're a professional, you start competing for money. That's just how it works. It's pretty cool. You got to qualify for those shows. We're qualified, and we put in some work. You could always do something better. I'd like to say we left it all out on the floor, but we haven't. But we've done a good job. Held jobs down, and with the injuries I've had to deal with this year, in the forearms and then my back, I've hurt my back several times. I haven't hurt it in a few years, but where I have hurt it, I've had to learn how to doctor around it. Before leg day, I always take the lacrosse balls and put them on my erectors on my back and roll up and down the floor to try to get them loosened up. If I don't, those things will. Those erectors on my back, they love to strain themselves. So that's before every leg and back workout. I definitely loosen them up in my living room while watching motivational stuff on the TV. And my hamstrings, I got to be careful with them. They've tore several times in the past 8 years. My hamstring tore 8 years ago, and since then it's tore a few times. So I've really just learned how to deal with pains and injuries and work around them. Definitely got to take an injury seriously, because that'll put you out faster than anything if you don't work around them and with them. So this prep is going to be interesting. It's definitely going to be fun. I'm going really heavy lately, especially in legs and back days. I'm doing bent over rows with 315 to 360 pounds on bent over rows, and then we're doing squats about 500 pounds is what I've been getting up to. I did it for a double today pretty easily. And I never try to go, I push the limit, but I don't try to push it so far to where I get hurt or I put the person spotting me in jeopardy on squat. So I think you'll see when I do 500, I probably had more in me, but I just play it safe. Play it safe for my back, I play it safe for the person behind me, and I play it safe for myself in general. So going heavy and hardcore, trying to keep the volume up, the intensity up, on back and legs, trying to keep the weight really heavy at first, just to try to build that density. So that's the approach I'm taking. As I get closer to the show and leaner, I'm not going to go that heavy because I don't want to hurt myself. But while I still got this extra cushion of fat going on, I'm going to use it. And I like going heavy. It kind of makes you feel good. So that's where we're at right now. I'm training a kid out of the high school. His name's Cody. For his first show, he's going to do amazing. He's a pretty strong kid. He's got pretty good shape. He's got a lot of leg mass. He's got lats. He's got the things that you need as a young bodybuilder. And he's impressed me. He's been working out legs and back with me. Everything else I've been having him do on his own. He's steadily dropping body fat. He's like 7 weeks out, I think, from his show in Indiana. But having him train with me, it's been very helpful. He's been kind of keeping me more youthful. And I know I sound like I'm 50 years old when I talk, but it's just the name of the game, really. Other than that, we got a power cooker for Christmas. I don't know if you've heard of them. They're like an Instapot, but mine's called the Power Cooker XL. I've been cooking all of our chicken, eggs, sometimes even our rice in there for the week and prepping it that way. So definitely recommend the Instapot. The Instapot's like the name brand name, so that's what I'm gonna call it. That way everyone knows what I'm talking about. But the Instapot's, it's amazing. I've learned in the Instapot, for me, I put in frozen chicken instead of thawed and put it on like 27 minutes, and it takes that frozen chicken to cook in 27 minutes. And I mean, it cooks it so well, it just shreds itself apart. And it's like shredded chicken. It's really amazing. So put a 5-pound bag of that in my 8-quart Instapot, and 27 minutes, and I have my chicken for 5 days. Me and Jen's chicken for 5 days. I eat chicken for lunch every day, chicken and rice, and that thing has made chicken easier to eat. And we do boiled eggs every morning. We used to do cooked eggs. We got burnt out on those last year, so we're not doing that right now. We're just eating boiled eggs, which is actually a nice change. Do salt and pepper on them in the mornings, and the Instapot makes boiled eggs in 5 minutes. Pretty cool. If you're gonna try an Instant Pot, like I said earlier, what I've learned is frozen chicken for like 26 to 30 minutes has worked a lot better than thawed chicken. I did thawed chicken for like 18 minutes, and it turns like kind of like the oven. It just makes it not fall apart, shred. It's like more chewy, and I'm sick of that kind of chicken, and I'm sure a lot of you are too. So if you do happen to try the Instant Pot, that's what I've learned so far is frozen chicken. I season it with whatever I want in the Instant Pot, put a couple cups of broth, and go. And it's a game changer because it takes my time in the kitchen down immensely, and you only dirty up one pot, and you're not using 5 different pots to make your meals. It's pretty easy to clean the one pot and keep going. So that's been a nice change, and I recommend if you're bodybuilding or meal prepping to look into it because it's been a game changer. So that's in summary, that's what we've been dealing with, is learning how to train around nagging injuries and keeping the heavy intensity up for now, and then I'll go lighter and faster as we get closer to the show. And can't wait to show you Jen's progress. She's gained a lot of muscle this year. She just doesn't know it. She doesn't think she has, and that's a normal bodybuilding thing, is to think you haven't gotten better because you have all this extra cushion on that you didn't have when you were shredded. But when we peel it off, it'll be there. And she's gained weight. She logged her weight last year before she started. I think she was like 105, and this year before she started, she was like, I don't know, I think she was like 113, 114 pounds. At one point, she might have been 115 this year, but when we started prep, she was like 130. So she was up 5 or 6 pounds at least. But she got stronger this year. Her weight went up in squats. And she's just gonna blow me away, I think, as long as we can keep on the same team in unison and keep up the good work. So that's it in summary.
Oh, wow.